2026 will not be just another year for travel. It will be a year of change, sharp, visible, and felt in every corner of the world. New visa regimes, new infrastructure projects, the recovery of airlines, new trends in social networks. All this creates a new map of tourism, a map in which destinations that were underestimated until yesterday suddenly become major players. People are no longer looking for just beautiful places. They are looking for culture, tranquility, meaning, safety, and authenticity. And it is precisely these needs that are launching new countries, new regions, and new ways of traveling. Today, we will go through the places that have the greatest chance of exploding in 2026, not because someone has declared them trendy, but because they are actually changing. We will cross continents, we will see new trends, and we will feel what is coming. And you will understand which destinations you should put on your list before everyone else. Europe, that is being reborn, but not saying it. Albania, the quiet leap onto the world stage. Albania is one of the greatest phenomena of modern tourism. New highways and coastal roads are opening up beaches that were cut off from the world for years. Hotels are being renovated, resorts are being rebuilt, and prices remain absurdly affordable. Social networks have already made it a hit. Travel agencies are preparing huge summer programs, and the only thing that has been stopping it so far, access, has already been solved. Albania enters 2026 as a place that simply cannot be missed. But while Albania is growing at speed, Portugal is growing with sustainability, and that is why it is even stronger. Portugal, the country that turns tranquility into a tourist trend, Portugal is not changing noisily. It is changing smartly. New low-cost routes are opening the doors to millions of tourists. The Azores are entering the world rankings as the new green mystery of Europe. Islands that look like another world, but still stand quietly and unobtrusively. The Algarve, on the other hand, attracts with that contrast between golden cliffs, warm bays, and a sense of freedom that is now rare in Europe. Lisbon and Porto, two cities that combine ancient romance with modern energy. Portugal combines this silence, this culture, and this tranquility into something that many countries have lost: harmony. And that is precisely why in 2026 Portugal will not simply be an alternative. It will be the choice of people who want warmth, beauty, price, and authenticity, all in one. But Europe is not the only region waking up. While it is optimizing there, something much more ambitious is happening in another part of the world. And it is not just tourism, it is transformation. A place that was exotic or controversial, yesterday is now building the future before our eyes. The Middle East, the region that invests in the future, not in memories. Saudi Arabia, the largest tourism experiment on the planet. It's no exaggeration, Saudi Arabia is building more tourism infrastructure than the entire world combined. Neom, a city in the middle of the desert that looks like a science fiction set. The Line, a 170-kilometer futuristic metropolis, without cars, without streets, completely sustainable. The Red Sea, over 90 islands that will be accessible only to a small part of the world. Al Ula, an ancient oasis restored as an open-air museum. These are not just projects, they are a request for a new global tourist map. For the first time, the country is opening full tourist visas. Flights are becoming more affordable, and hotel chains are literally racing to enter. If 2026 passes and you haven't been there yet, you're already too late. Oman, desert silence but luxury with soul. While its neighbors build skyscrapers and malls, Oman creates journeys that stay in the soul. There are no flashy buildings here, no fireworks, no "look at me." There are endless dunes, dramatic canyons, clear bays, and hotels that don't try to sell you luxury. They sell you silence. Oman is one of those cases where true luxury isn't about shining, it's about breathing. This is the place for people who want the desert without the chaos. And in 2026, prices will still be reasonable. After that, no one guarantees anything. If the Middle East is betting on the future, Asia is already living in it. It doesn't follow trends, it creates them. Culture, technology, entertainment, travel, everything here is happening faster, smarter, and more purposefully. And in 2026, this cannot be ignored. South Korea, the country that exports culture as technology. Seoul is no longer just a capital, it's a brand a place where neon streets, traditions, and high-tech life coexist in one rhythm. But 2026 will bring something bigger. K-culture is no longer a phenomenon, it's an industry. And the state is investing in travel just as it invests in electronics. The new K-travel card will make the country more accessible than ever. Transport, museums, cultural routes, all in one. And flights are now falling below 400 euros from major European capitals. South Korea is even exporting a lifestyle. Food, music, communication, psychology, everything has become a trend that people want to experience on site. And 2026 will be the year in which the mass tourist will finally say to himself, maybe Japan isn't the only mecca of Asia. Taiwan, the new answer to the question, where in Asia is it quiet? Taiwan is the quiet favorite. It doesn't scream for attention, and that's exactly why it surprises Taipei is clean, safe, easy to navigate, and literally made for a food lover culture. But the real magic is outside the city. Hot springs, mountains, lakes, tea fields, all accessible, all real. Taiwan will be one of the most convenient and economical points for American travelers in Asia in 2026. Cheaper than Japan, more relaxed than Vietnam, more organized than the Philippines, and most of all, friendly to first-time international travelers in the region. And if Asia is the future that is already here, then Africa is the future that is yet to explode. A continent that has long stood in the shadows. But 2026 is the year the world finally starts to look at it the right way, not as a threat, but as an opportunity. Africa, wild, beautiful, underrated, but not for long. Namibia, when nature looks like science fiction, Namibia is the country where the landscape itself becomes history. The skeleton coast, fog, ocean, and ghostly shipwrecks. Sossusvlei, dunes as tall as cathedrals, painted in orange and burgundy. Etosha, a national park where animals appear before you and the silence sounds louder than any soundtrack. This is not a safari with a schedule. This is a feeling from another planet. While other African destinations impress with scale, Namibia impresses with space, light, silence, a horizon that never ends. You don't come here to look, you come here to feel a place that has not yet been tamed. Kenya, the place where safari no longer means compromise. Kenya doesn't want to be a cheap alternative to Tanzania. It's becoming the better alternative. The savanna of Masai Mara, where migration turns the land into a living sea. Diani Beach, white sand and palm trees that aren't for Instagram, but for the soul Nairobi, a city that sounds like Africa, but thinks like the future. New high-speed trains are changing the way we travel. Mountains in the morning, ocean in the afternoon. Kenya is not just a safari. It is culture, energy, movement. A mix of ancient and ultra-modern that works, naturally, effortlessly. This is a country that doesn't show you Africa, it invites you to feel it. Here, the experience is twofold, wildlife plus Indian Ocean, and at prices that are still reasonable, but won't stay that way. These are not just new spots on the map, these are places that don't wait for the approval of the tourism industry. Albania doesn't want to be another Greece. It becomes its own version of the Adriatic dream. Portugal doesn't beg for attention. It just lives well and invites people who understand it. Saudi Arabia is rewriting the very idea of tourism. Oman proves that luxury can be quiet. South Korea doesn't seduce, it conquers. Taiwan is the tranquility that everyone is looking for, but can't name Namibia is endless. And Kenya? It simply breathes life forms. 2026 won't be the year everyone goes to Italy, France, and Japan. It will be the year people start looking for a new atmosphere, new stories, new perspectives. Bonus hack for people who travel smart and don't pay for other people's mistakes. Take pictures of your luggage inside the airport, not at home. Not just outside, open it. Take a picture of the contents. Take a picture of the label. Take a picture of the dashboard behind you. If something gets stolen, it's proof airlines can't argue with a picture taken after check-in. It's the difference between, sorry, we can't confirm, and we understand, we'll compensate you. One picture equals hundreds of euros saved. If these destinations speak to you, then you see where the world is going. Travel is not dying. Travel is reinventing itself. Subscribe, because the next video won't just inspire you, it will prepare you. It will give you an edge. 2026 waits for no one, but you can get there first.